and Hot for Halloween Shapeshifters. This is Louise, and it's Monday, the 23rd of August. Just to update you to where I am now, I've been sick, and so I've lost some weight through that, so I'm feeling a lot better today, but it was pretty rough for a few days, but at least something good has come out of it. Anyway, I'm feeling a lot better today. Now, last week I did quite well. When I came back from holiday, I weighed more or less the same, but we had a couple of celebration meals, family celebrations, and I did make quite a lot of effort. I cut the rice portions in half. I tried to control my portion sizes, but I did seem to put on some weight with that, and I can't really fully understand it. I think some of it may have been water retention, but I did, unfortunately, it set me slightly on a wrong path, and so I had a couple of bad days. And when I woke up on the day of my Weight Watchers meeting, I had put on 3 pounds, which wasn't great. So I thought, well, since this has happened, I'll also have breakfast and just take that weigh-in as whatever it is. And I mean, luckily now I've lost it all again because I was sick. But it's a bit of an up and down, bit of a roller coaster this week. It's not normally like that. And again, some of the weight gain was a bit unexplained, and and it's gone as soon as it came. So I think it could have been just fluctuations. I don't know why I'm setting so much store by this, because there is a bit of a tendency for weight to go up and down, and I don't think I should be so worked up about the number on the scale. However, it does happen that way sometimes. Now, first of all, I want to say thanks for all the lovely support I've been getting from all you YouTubers and shapeshifters. It's been really great, and it's been very encouraging. I'm trying to think what else to say. Oh, so when I weighed in at Weight Watchers, I was 14 stone 12, and I decided to take that as my start weight for Hot for Halloween, because the previous week I couldn't weigh in. I was in a field camping, and I prefer to take a Weight Watchers weigh-in than my own scale weigh-ins, and I think that's probably the best out of the Weight Watchers weights that I've got. It's probably the most representative one, because if I take the previous one, then yes, it was a bit lower, but then I prefer to take the highest one as my starting point. And another reason for that is I've started a new 12-week logbook, which more or less coincides with the Hot for Halloween challenge. So my new tracker started on the 12th of August, and that is a 12-week tracker book. I've started using the 12-week tracker books because that way I can say, okay, this is a chunk of Weight Watchers meetings, and during that chunk I lost so many pounds. So it chunks it all down into a reasonably manageable thing. And so in the last one I would have lost half a stone, but now with this weight gain of 3.5 pounds, it means in that book, the previous book, I've cut it down that I only lost 3.5 pounds in that 12-week section. So in the new section, that 3.5 pounds I've lost again. I hope this makes some kind of sense. I'd rather take the higher weight as my starting point, but fortunately with my roller coaster I've lost it all again because I couldn't eat for a couple of days. It's given me a bit of a wake-up call about carbs. I think carbs are making me sick, and I'm cutting my carbs right down to a really sensible level, and I'm eating more veggies and other things that are somewhere in between, and I'm making better food plans. I think with the carbs the main issue is portion size, portion control, and I've had some good tips on portion control both in my Weight Watchers leaflets and in the books last week. So I've got a much better idea now of what a portion is, and I'll take that portion, I measure it out, and that's exactly what I cook. I think in the longer term, yes, I'd like to cook a double portion and have some for the next day, and I might still do that occasionally. But just for now, I want to cook a portion at a time, really just to hit home to me, this is a portion. Because I think I would tend to cook enough for 3 or 4 portions and then, somehow it tends to disappear. So portion control is where I need to be working at the moment, and particularly with carbs. And I'm also looking to eat more of sort of oats in my muesli, rye breads instead of wheat-based bread, and so on. I'm not going to cut out the carbs altogether. I could do, and I have sometimes done, but at the moment I'm in a bit of more of a mood for balancing things. I would like to cut out refined sugar, which I see some other people are doing. And I don't take sugar in I don't take sugar in tea or coffee. I don't cook anything with sugar, but I know that sugar creeps into some convenience foods, and at the moment I feel I can live with that. But I think I would like to go through times of cutting them out, and then later maybe I can cut them out altogether. And I want to eat more raw. But at the moment I'm being fairly, not too rigid about it, because I feel that whatever I'm eating, whether it's raw, whether it's refined, the first thing is to get the portions down. And I know the two are linked because the carbs do set up these cravings. When I was on holiday, I ate muesli every morning, my oat-based muesli, and I didn't have bread, and I think it started to get easier to manage the portions. So I think that wheat really does have a cycle of setting me carbohydrate sort of crazy. And also there's the problem with the triglycerides and all that, and the possibility of developing pre-diabetes or those kind of related symptoms of craving and too much sugar in the blood and all that sort of stuff, and not using it up. But the good news is I have upped my energy, my exercise levels, although that went to pot for the last couple of days. Anyway, that gives you more or less an idea of where I am. Luckily, my weight on the scale this morning was as low as it's ever been lately. So I feel that I'm on track, and even though it's been a roller coaster, I want to keep it more even and sensible, if I can, for the foreseeable future. Okay, thanks for listening.